Parish President's remarks and report. President Jewell.
Thank you. I'll let a presentation get set up. I know our Boy Scouts are having a great time tonight. Really riveting stuff here. The audit, y'all came on a great day. Y'all should come back when I read the budget message. And 20 pages of pure joy. Thank you all for being here today, and thank you, Chairman, for allowing me to give my report. First, I want to just show you some progress inside of the Waterworks Billing Office. They're kind of in the process of starting the finishing work. As you can see, painting and sheetrock are going up, and we are pushing to have this project done by the end of this month, and that will be a huge improvement for our billing office right now, which is cramped in the temporary billing office building since Hurricane Ida. Want to move over to streetlight upgrades. These are those high mast poles that you see next to the bridge. You can see on top there, that's the picture of the old metal halide height, or I guess you call them sodium halide bulbs that were there. And you can see on the bottom there's an up-close photo. We are converting all of those high mast lights to LED. It's not as easy of a project as I thought it would be because all of the electrical inside has to be changed out to make sure that it works for the LEDs. A lot of these poles were broken in the sense that the electrical was incorrect or they were assembled improperly. So it's taking a little bit longer than we anticipated, but we're working through those challenges. And if you go by tonight, you can see that about 3 of them have been changed, and they are much brighter. They look a lot better. So we are going to keep chugging along on this project and have a much better looking area around the bridge, and it's going to be safer for all of our motorists who are traveling in the area. Next, I'll talk to you about streetlights. You can see this really wonderful chart on your screen. If y'all remember, we did a streetlight audit, and in that streetlight audit, there were a total of, I believe it was 760 lights out or so. We're about at 98% complete as far as all of those repairs go. I think we're at 100% complete with metal poles, and we just have left when it comes to the wooden poles. All of the poles that aren't completed right now need some sort of extra special equipment, whether they need a bore or it's on the other side of a guardrail or it's just in a unique location. They're keeping those for last so they can take their time and get to them. But there are 14 lights that do still need to be replaced that require that special equipment. Obviously, I know that it's quite possible that lights have gone out since we've done the audit. It's a never-ending battle. But I would say that this is the first time in a very long time that we've gotten a lot of our street lights repaired. And as you know, after Hurricane Ida, there was just so many that went out. So big kudos to Eric Berto, our contract monitor, who's been the point of contact on this and who created 750 work orders so that we could get this done. It was quite a process with Entergy to get it moving. Going over to the RSVP First Responder Thank You Lunch, I want to thank our RSVP volunteers who served lunch for our first responders with their day of service for 9/11. So thank you to the RSVP volunteers, and thank you to our first responders for all that they do for our community. Going over to the Animal Shelter Volunteer Day, on Saturday, our volunteers took the shelter's canine inhabitants out to stretch their legs for long walks under the Hailbox Bridge. If you're interested in volunteering at the animal shelter, we want you to get in contact with them. You got to be 14 years or older. And if you're under 14, you have to be accompanied by a parent, but you can still come and volunteer. Trainings occur every Tuesday at 10 a.m. with occasional Saturday classes as well, which is announced on our animal shelter's Facebook page. You can reach out to the animal shelter if you have more information. That's 985-783-5010. Going over to tackle football, a bunch of our recreational games got back off to a great start. We had tackle football, soccer, cheerleading. First games for more than 3 years took place on Saturday. If you remember, in 2020, we weren't able to have tackle football because of COVID. In 2021, we weren't able to have tackle football because of Ida. In 2022, there just wasn't enough kids who signed up. And now, in 2023, we have enough kids. We're coming back stronger. And with a great partnership with our St. Charles Parish Public Schools, all of the tackle football games are going to be held on Saturdays at HHS and DHS on their turf fields. And such a great experience for our kids to play on that turf. And hopefully they'll be playing on that turf when they get to high school. We have 205 kids participating in tackle football this year. So like I said, it's been a great weekend, and thank you to all of our coaches, our volunteers, our booster clubs, who truly make those seasons possible. Going over to beanbag baseball, our seniors are back in full swing at the Edward A. Dufresne Community Center. Started last Wednesday. All seniors who are 55 years and older are invited to come out to the Edward A. Dufresne Community Centers on Wednesdays at 10 a.m. to join in on the action. This past Wednesday, we had more than 30 players for our largest week one turnout to date. So as you can see, beanbag baseball is growing, and we look forward to continuing that because it is such a great program for our seniors. And I'm going to tell you what, they are very competitive when it comes to beanbag baseball. A lot of smack talk going on, and a lot of donuts and coffee. It's great. Recreation construction updates. We got the West Bank Bridge Park and West Bank Spray Park upgrades. You can see that dirt work has been going on over there at both locations, and we're about 1 month in on those projects. They've cleared the fields at the West Bank Bridge Park. They've started to outline the build of the additional parking at the Edward A. Dufresne Community Center, and other projects going on. We have the Monsanto fence, which is complete. I don't think that's in there. And we're still working on the tree fertilization, which will begin in a couple of weeks. And we are currently working at Lagatuda Park, changing old fencing and replacing it with new fencing there. So a lot of projects going on. We actually have another amenity on the council agenda tonight, and we look forward to hopefully having that pass. I know our recreation director is excited to speak on it. Looking at our sales tax numbers, Sam, did we have a graph for sales tax?
In their packets.
Oh, it's in their packets. Okay, sorry. So sales tax actually fell 7.45%, or about $267,000 in the month of July. And for the year, we're still up 3.64%, and hopefully we'll have another rebound here in August. That concludes my report.